name is Ed Durbis. This is 993 Drive, and I'm so glad everybody's tuned in again. Today, we are very thankful to Mercedes-Benz of Arlington again. They're very generous and nice to open the door for us and to come and test drive a 2021 Mercedes GT53 AMG with a 3.0 inline turbocharged EcoBoost, producing 429 horsepower and 384 pounds of torque. Will propel this big saloon to 0-60 in about 4.3 seconds. Not too bad for a 3.0 liter turbocharge. Let's take a look at it. Let's take it for a ride. Let's see what we think about it. And then let's talk about what's the difference between a 53 and a 63. And we'll take it from there. So why don't we just get this show on the road and see what she's like. Here we go, testing the Mercedes. One of the things that I have to say right off the bat, steering feels good. It's got a nice thick steering wheel. It's got a nice heads-up display. I don't know if the camera can catch it. All the materials are extremely nice. I do have to right off the bat say that visibility, it's not one of the best, that's for sure, due to the fact that it's such a sporty coupe car. I mean, there isn't a lot of window room, so you do have a little bit of blind spot, especially in the B-pillar. Otherwise, great screen up front. You have 3 choices for the display. Great entertainment system. Big screens. Everything's controlled by a kind of a V8 kind of funny, because it's this model of the GT, which they all come with V8s, but this is model on their V8 configuration where you got all the settings for whatever. Now you got the setting for sports, comfort, transmission, suspension, obviously your controls for traction control, your exhaust and your rear spoiler in the back, and obviously the control for the speaker for the volume for the radio. Touchpad for the head display, same thing. You got a small little lever for the shifter. Otherwise, it's so far just, you know, cruising speed here, nothing crazy. You know, it feels pretty solid. One thing that I do notice is the sound of the exhaust. It does have a little garble and bubbles, but it doesn't sound like an angry 6-cylinder, and it sure doesn't sound as angry as a V8 63. You do have that kind of sound, so it does sound, you do get a little bit of little gargle. It does feel heavy, as a lot of most German cars do. They do feel kind of heavy. That's because they're solid, and that's just normal German car. Same thing with the steering. This one does have the power assist, but it's not as bad as the other cars that we've tested. It does have a panoramic sunroof, but it's a fixed sunroof, so you actually can't open it, and that's to get a little more rigidity in the chassis, so there isn't any kind of flex. So it feels good. It performed perfectly well. We'll get her out on the highway and see what she's like. All right, here we go, and getting on the highway, or on the parkway. We do get a little bit of tire noise, and I'm not sure if that's just the tires or the car itself. Give it some gas. Yeah. It definitely gets up and goes, no drama whatsoever. It picks up the bumps pretty good. We'll do one downshift. You can see there we're about 25 RPM. Yeah, she runs smoothly. You can tell this car just wants to run. I'm gonna stand still and see what she does. Here we go. Oh yeah, Man, does it get the beans. It's fast. It is fast. I can only imagine what a 63. But it feels great, handles great. On throttle. Yeah, look at that. Brakes are solid. Downshift, you go gruggles and pops. It's holding the gear. It just wants to keep on going. It just wants to keep on playing. I mean, if you're concerned about fuel economy, it's not great, but it's much better than a 63, I can tell you that much. But the way it just picks up speed is just no drama whatsoever. It just buckles down and it just drops as far down in the gears as it can, and it just take off like a rocket. Let's find a twisty road and see what she's like on a twisty, and see how she handles for a big saloon. All right, here we go. A little 9 and 3 driving. Found a Kirby Road. Let's see what she got. Gear down. Throttle. Hear those popples? Hear that pop? One more gear down. Crackle and pops. Pop, pop, pop. Yeah, this thing's great. Handles like a champ. Gear down. Oof. More of those crackles and pops. Yeah. We'll give these guys a little bit of room. We're still in second gear. Perfect steering feel. Up we get. There we go. Up. No drama. Absolutely no drama whatsoever. This car just meant to go up and down these little twisty roads. Gas. Yep. You know, this little RAV4 in front of us using all the power it got in his little 4-cylinder. Yep. What can I say? That was fun. Yeah, perfect. It's perfect on the highway. It feels solid on the highway at highway speeds and other speeds. And it feels solid here going around the bends on a twisty road in the suburbs of Washington, D.C. All right, we're heading back. And my final thoughts on the GT53 with the 3.0 inline 6 EcoBoost. I gotta say, for a price point of about $100,000. Obviously, this car is equipped with a lot of options. Sports wheels, seats, red seat belts. A few other things, the wood grain. It does bring the price up over a little over $100,000, but it's a fun car. If you don't need to carry a lot of stuff in your car, obviously you can carry stuff in the back, like golf clubs. Well, most people would buy this car is what they're using it for. Or if you need to go to Costco once in a blue moon, you'll be fine. Yeah, if you have small kids, you're okay. Larger adults might be a little bit tight, especially in the back. For somebody like sunroof, I'd like to have sunroof that actually opened up, but that's just my opinion. I know why it's here, like I discussed earlier, to be able to save weight, and B, which is one of the most important part, is for the rigidity of the entire chassis of the car. So that way you don't have all that flex. Yeah, but it's a good compelling, for a price point, it's a good compelling car. Because once you start talking about the 63 and the 63S, you know, those cars, you're talking about $50,000 to about $200,000. $50,000, I mean, you know, to get into the 63 would be about $150, and then you start adding the options. You get the 63S, which is pretty much all. There's a few options you can get on that one, and now you're talking about $190,000, $200,000 for a car. But it's a good, compelling car. It does fall in the category of the Porsche Pan America GTS. And that's a really nice car. I've been in one of those. One of my ex-boss in the financial firm that I used to work for has one of those. Great car, but it all depends on appearance. Which one do you like best? I mean, they're following the same price point. The Pan America is a V8, so it does have that. But yeah, I think that it's a good, compelling car. If I was in a place to purchase one, I'd buy one. After owning two 63s, I personally would go with 63, just because I prefer the big V8 engines up front. The crackles and pops that you get from a V8 are much stronger and really menacing and angry. That I would shell out the extra cash for that. But other than that, I mean, quality materials are excellent. I mean, it's easy to live with. I mean, there's a few, obviously, like mentions things that I mentioned about the visibility and all that stuff, but you know, you can live with all those things. So at the end of the day, yeah, it's not a bad car. If you're in the market for a $100,000 car, this is it. And right now it's sitting at the Mercedes-Benz of Arlington. Please contact my friend JT. He was more than gracious to set this up for us today. And yeah, it's been fun. As always, I do appreciate your support. Do hit the thumbs up, notification bell. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. We got more epic shows coming out. You know, this is just the beginning. And I hope everybody's staying safe, especially now. You know, COVID's still around, like I keep saying. Be safe to your friends. Be safe with family. You know, there's no need to take any risk. Like I said, I appreciate your support. I can't wait to see everybody else in the next video. Until then, take care and have a great day. Bye-bye.